Good evening. It is Monday, June 30th, 2025. I am Jeffrey Whidden. This is the Law and Ordinance Committee. I am joined by Mrs. Marshall and Mr. Twist tonight. We have two items on our agenda. First up is the recommendation from the Troy Planning Commission for the final plat approval of the Liberty Meadows subdivision. Mr. Titterington.
This is actually a request for approval of Section 1. Section 1 is approximately 24 acres. There would be 31 building lots on 12 acres. The zoning is R5 zoning. It has gone through the preliminary plan process, and the Planning Commission did approve that. I will say that there is no additional green space, fees in lieu of, and the overall plan is in conformance with the preliminary plan. We are not asking for emergency legislation. You do have in your packet a drawing of a rendering of the Section 1 and what it will look like. Looking over the plans and reviewing the Planning Commission, I think everything is in order. I will say, and I have continued to say, for Liberty Meadows, I am very much against fees in lieu of. This is a new subdivision going into the first ward, the only ward in the city that does not have a city park, and we are accepting fees in lieu of. So I hope with the upcoming master plan for the parks that will be a focus for that. But the park board and the planning commission have all had their input into it, so I will not oppose it for that alone, but I do want to get that on the record once again. Duly noted.
Mr. Twist?
Is the entire project R5? All the lots?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, okay. That, I thought it was.
Yes, it's not mixed zoning. It's all our.
Okay. I have no other questions.
Yep, I agree with you about the green space.
Do any other members of council have any questions? Mr. Schilling?
Is this subdivision being designed under the old subdivision plans? In other words, we haven't approved the new ones yet.
Correct.
So it's been over a year since we addressed that as far as trying to make some changes, and I assume that none of those changes that we suggested are in this new plan. As far as trails and that, recreational trails out in front of the subdivision and that type of thing.
We don't have the new subdivision, the new Unified Development Code.
Right. So it's
in
been over a
place
year.
yet. So
it's been a year since we talked about that.
Well, it's been a year since we've talked about it. We're still on track to get you the new recommendations for changes. So we're not delayed in that respect. We just haven't gotten to that point yet. We have a couple of sections left of the UDC language that we received from the consultant that we're reviewing, and then we will start the process going through the Planning Commission. So this, as well as the next one, have been designed under the current subdivision regulations that have been in place.
Okay, I just, it's been a year, and council decided they didn't want to do it last year, and here we are a year later, and two new subdivisions with no changes that make any sense. Okay, just wanted to get that on the record.
Mr. Phillips?
Yes, the plans for this subdivision have actually been in process for approximately 2 years. Is that correct?
I believe there was an earlier iteration, and it might have expired, and so that's why it went back to the Planning Commission for preliminary plan.
This time around?
This time around, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, thank you.
That was earlier this year.
Gotcha.
Anyone else in the audience from the public have any questions? Mrs. Marshall, do you have a recommendation?
Move forward.
Move forward.
It is unanimous to move forward. The second item on our agenda, if you'll give me one moment, is the recommendation from the Troy Planning Commission for the final plat approval of Fox Harbor Subdivision Section 11 and the dedication of right-of-way. Mr. Titterington.
So this section is an area of 7.6 acres. There are 27 building lots. The zoning is R4. Again, there's fees in lieu of. The Planning Commission did make a positive recommendation to move forward with this. The final plat that you have before you is in conformance with the approved preliminary plan, and we are not asking for emergency legislation.
At the planning commission meeting, and correct me if I'm wrong, I watched this a few days ago, some of these houses are going to be attached but single unit houses? With a common wall?
What meeting did you see?
Last week, so if
That was not, this is a different, the one that was discussed last week,
no, that was that not Fox Harbor?
that was not.
I stand
No,
corrected then.
that one has not come to you yet.
Okay. Mrs. Marshall, do you have anything?
No.
Is this where we had the comment on connecting the road? Is this the division where they were concerned about?
Yes, it is. This is the,
Connection?
what's it called?
Newcastle?
Newcastle, that's it, yeah. Newcastle.
And
Drive.
does it go to Washington?
Yes.
So Newcastle will go all the way to Washington? And did
Through
we
the-
ever get?
Through the reserve of Washington
Right.
subdivision.
Right, through the other,
It's separate
Subdivision.
subdivision. Mhm.
there'll be a way to come in. And did we address, I think he had some questions, was that addressed or information sent to him? Or did
Yeah,
we-
I think I shared
I-
that
I
with
thought
you
so.
all.
I just wanted to make sure.
The right-of-way was part of that, a pre-approval for that subdivision, correct? So it was already planned, correct?
Right.
Yeah.
Correct.
That's correct.
I just, he had questions that came up, so I just want to make sure we answered. Okay.
Do any other members of council have any questions? Does anyone in the audience? Mr. Twist, you have a recommendation?
Move forward.
Ms. Marshall?
Move forward.
It is unanimous to move forward. Is there anything else to come before the committee?
No, sir.
We stand adjourned. Thank you.